money mo. Catch a bad chick by her toe. If she holler, if she holler, let her go.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a chit chat, get ready with me. Basically what I want today's video to be about, kind of just giving you guys a glimpse of my senior year and how everything came about. What to be prepared for basically, because I know going in as a senior, I didn't know much and I was confused and scared, you know. But yeah, that's what today's video is going to be about. Also, I am going to the movies later, so I'm going to try and speed it up. So I hope you guys enjoy this video, and if you want to hear more about my senior year, just keep on watching. I remember going into high school, I was like, I never knew what college was. Like, I didn't know what AP classes were. No one really told me about that. I don't know if that's just me not being too involved in the school, or I don't know, but I had just never heard of AP classes. I never heard about a GPA. I didn't know a GPA existed until my sophomore year. I remember going into high school and I knew what college was. I just had no interest in it. I just remember not knowing anything about it. So then that summer going on to junior year, I remember kind of just watching all of my I didn't have that many friends that were seniors when I was a junior, but you know, I knew people and I somewhat had a connection with them. I don't know, it was weird. But I would see them post about college. So then since I was small, I've always wanted to be a nurse. I remember when I was 4 and my Nino, he tells me this all the time, every time I see him. He's like, remember when you were little and we used to take Elmo into the truck and pretend we were giving him surgery and stuff? And it's true. That's just one thing I've always had a passion about. I've always liked helping people, and I've always just playing doctor in general. I know it sounds pretty funny, but that's just always what I wanted to do. And one thing that I do love is I love babies. So that specifically, I remember thinking in 8th grade, I remember I did a project about it. I need to start getting ready. I remember doing a project, and at first I wanted to work in the NICU. So for those of you who don't know, the NICU is basically where they take the babies after they're born. So that little room in the incubator and all that, I wanted to do that. I kind of just realized that one reason I wouldn't want to do that is because you kind of never know what can happen. I know it sucks to think like that, but it's the truth. You never know what happens, and if one day something were to happen to a baby and I were to visualize it, I would lose myself. And that's one thing that when you want to become a nurse, you kind of have to be strong-minded, because now I'm studying to be an RN, and you just never know what can happen. You know, you can walk in and a person can be dead on the bed. You won't ever expect it. So you kind of have to be strong-minded, but that's one thing that I love. I love helping people when people are in need. You know, I love giving back. I remember that's when I decided I didn't want to go into the NICU. I'm studying to be a RN and hopefully within time transfer to be a pediatrician. So like I said, I remember thinking I want to go to college. I never really thought about how I was going to pay for it, because like I said, I was barely getting into the mindset that I even wanted to go. Junior year passes by, I try my best. I start actually caring, because I never cared about school sophomore and freshman year. I really just didn't care. My grades were ass. I'm not gonna lie, my grades were ass. But junior year, you know, I got my shit together. I got A's and B's, solid maybe 2 C's. And yeah, so I really tried my best during junior year. So fast forward a bit to I want to say summer before senior year. We'll start there. Me and my girls are all pumped up and excited, we're about to be seniors, thinking it's about to be the best time of our lives, right? Don't get me wrong, my senior year, best year of my life. I tell my friends this all the time. Senior year was my best year throughout high school. I didn't have, my freshman and sophomore and junior year weren't bad. It's just I enjoyed my senior year the best. That's the greatest thing ever. Just being able to say I had the best high school experience ever. I don't know, guys. It's just, I just try to emphasize it as much as I can. Just have fun. To begin with, don't be rude, first of all. Don't blame teachers for your actions. One of the things that bothered me so much about people that I knew is that they blamed everything on their teachers. Your teacher gives you assignment that to do tomorrow as soon as you walk in and you don't have it done, it's not their fault, honey. It's not. It's yours. And it's just so annoying how people try, well, the teacher this, the teacher that. No, I understand there's some teachers that are actually assholes, because I had some, you know, and I'm not gonna lie. Just do it, you know, don't complain. You're not gonna get nothing out of that. At the end of the day, the teacher wins, and everyone knows it. Senior year starts, and hella excited. And I think it's like the first week of school, and we have like a, what's it called? It's like a first senior meeting, I guess. And I'll enter a picture or a video right here from that day of how excited and happy we were. So yeah, so then I remember, I'm not sure if it was that meeting or, because I know we had 2 meetings. It was that meeting and another meeting. I think it was the second one. But that first meeting, they told us about everything. They told us about behavior. They told us about grades. They told us about restrictions, you know, stuff that we couldn't do. They told us all the things we were going to do, like activities throughout the year. And, you know, of course, everyone is just excited, you know, like who isn't? So they tell us like when we're going to Six Flags, when grad night is, you know, just all that stuff. The second rally, not rally, but meeting, they told us what our prom, what is it called? Prom theme was. Super excited, hell excited. I think it was a night in Madrid, but it was like super excited. I was just, So, I want to say about a month into school, I want to say around September, they start speaking about FAFSA and college apps, and they're due in November, like in November. I'm just like, what? Like, I thought we weren't like, literally, you guys, I didn't think we were applying to colleges until April. I don't know why. I just didn't expect it to be so soon. And keep in mind, like I said, I didn't have many senior friends when I was a junior. So, like, I didn't even have them to tell me, you know? Like, it was just, it just all happened so fast. Remember, like, we started going to Miss King, person who like helps with all that, I don't know. And so like every day it just started being a thing. Go to Miss King's for this, go to Miss King for that, go to Miss King for this. Which, like, we had to start applying right away. I'm going a little bit into what happened with my situation. So my dad retired 2017 in, I believe, around April or June. When we applied for FAFSA, we had to use our 2016/17 tax information. So the way that works is basically they see how much your parents make in a year and base depending on how much money you get, it's based off of what your parents make. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, my dad was making hella money when he was working, but I couldn't, I don't know how to explain it. Like, it was just already 2017 when I was applying for college, and we had to use 2016/2017, and you know, it was just a big hassle. So right away, like, me and my siblings knew, like, I wasn't gonna get money. Yeah, I didn't. I only qualified for loans. But I was like, you know what, like, let's see what colleges I get into. And then so I was talking to Miss King, and she told me, when I get into a college and I wanna, like, I'm gonna commit to that school, I have to call that school, that financial aid people from there, and tell them, hey, there was an income change, a drastic income change in my dad's, I don't know, something like that, you know, just call them and basically tell them I need money. So I applied to Cal State San Bernardino, San Marcos, CBU, Cal Baptist University. I think I applied to Pomona too. I didn't know that. Hold on now. Let me finish concealing my brows and I'll come back. Okay guys, I'm back. Oh yeah, so, you know, I applied to all these colleges, you know, actually getting excited about college. Like, I couldn't wait, you know, like, I was just getting anxious. Fast forward to about, when was it? Honestly, I don't even remember, but it was when everyone was getting their acceptances. Everyone started getting their acceptances, and, like, they started getting accepted to San Marcos. Like, I think my friend Eileen was the first one to get accepted to San Marcos, and then Andrea got accepted, and then they got accepted to San Bernardino, and, like, I'm just like, where are my acceptances? Like, what's going on? Honestly, I'm bad at dates, but I just remember calling San Marcos. I called them first. And I'm like, hey, you know, like, my name is this and that, this is my social, and I just wanted to hear on my status of my application. Oh my god, this makes me so mad. Like, doing stuff on his computer and shit, and then I'm like waiting, and he's like, oh, yeah, there's a problem. What do you mean there's a problem? And kind of in that moment, I just got scared. Like, I was like, fuck, like, this is my life. Like, what the fuck is going on? So, basically, I forgot to submit my SAT scores through, what is it? What's that thing called? I forgot what it's called. And that did affect my acceptance rate. He said that if I were to have turned in my SAT scores, I would have gotten accepted. And he was like, did you not turn them in? And I was like, honestly, like, I'm not even gonna front. I thought the office, Miss Melton, who's in charge of like everything, I thought she was gonna send them in, you know. And I was just like I wasn't like mad, but I was just like heartbroken. Like I was like, dude, like that's probably gonna affect my acceptance to every other school, you know. And yeah, I call up San Bernardino and they tell me like, oh well, we're missing your SAT scores, and I'm just like, fuck, like what the fuck am I gonna do? But whatever, it's life, move on. So my top main schools that I wanted to go to was either CBU, which was Cal Baptist University, or San Marcos. The way I applied to Cal Baptist is you have to do a separate application. You can't just go through the Cal States or through the university like website or whatever. You have to do it separately. So that's what I did, and I ended up getting accepted to that school because they automatically transfer my SAT scores. So I got accepted, you know, and I was like, you know, really proud of myself because I had worked really hard for it, and that was one of the schools that I wanted to go to. And so I get my acceptance letter, you know, I have my happy little moment with my family. I never really told my parents how much it cost, and that's one thing that I kind of messed up on, because since the beginning they knew I didn't want to go to college. So when I kind of popped up and said, I'm going to college, they're like, no money. I just, you know, start hitting up financial aid, and I'm like, I need money, like I can't pay for it, this and this and that. It took, I want to say, like about 2 months, the process of getting like the financial aid response. Tuition for CBU was 33 grand a year. 33 grand. 33 grand a year, and I got nothing. So, you know, that's something very tough on my parents, like a decision that they have to make, you know, like that's a lot of money. Even I felt bad. After talking to financial aid or whatever, and then them giving us the response, I ended up getting 12,000. I was like, you know what? Like I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go there. I'll take the 12,000. But then I started to think, like, that's 12,000 for 1 year. I still have to pay the, so what was it, 17 grand that can make a lava? Yeah, like 17, 18. I had to pay 18. Aside from that, I had to buy school stuff. I had to buy books, you know, like it was just a lot adding up, and I was like paying 33 grand for 4 years, 5 maybe. I was just, you know, like I really thought about it, and that's something that I want to tell all of you guys that are watching that are going to be seniors. Just really think about everything. I'm not saying don't go to college because college is expensive. We all know that. But everyone has different opinions, and my opinion was just, yeah, it was my dream school, but I just, you know, I just didn't want to put my parents through that type of budget. So during this time, my parents think that I'm going to CBU, and I started doing my own little investigations, and I found out that at RCC they have this program that it's a 2-year program for nursing, and basically after you complete the 2-year program, you transfer to Cal State Pomona or Cal State San Bernardino. And I was like, dude, that's awesome. This is my chance, you know, in 2 years, like 2 years that I gotta pay for San Bernardino, even better. It took me at least, I want to say, like 2 weeks. It was 2 weeks before we had to, I remember, it was 2 weeks before May 1st, before we had to commit. I was just so devastated, you know, like I was like, I want to go to university, but it's just, I don't have that type of money, and I don't want to put my parents through that. So I go home and I tell my parents, I'm not going to CBU, I'm going to RCC for 2 years, and then I'm transferring to this and this and that, you know, I tell them the whole thing, and my dad was like, surprised. I'm the first out of the family to even get the chance to go to college, to apply. None of my brothers applied. And of course, like, it was surprising because it's like, you know, like I'm giving up such a big opportunity, that's something that I really wanted to do. But I know, and he knew, that me making this decision was gonna be the best decision I ever made, because it's me becoming an adult, you know, me having to come up with certain decisions for my life. At first, I was, you know, really devastated. Like, senior awards, everyone was like, oh, this university, this Cal State, this university. And I was just like, dude, like, ugh. You know, it's just, it is a nasty feeling. But, you know, at the end of the day, it is what it is. So, I'm currently enrolled at RCC. I'm going to RCC starting fall. And, you know, I'm really excited. I just got my schedule and stuff. And I'm actually really excited. And I'm happy that I went with this. But that was my kind of, like, college application experience. And now I'm going to go into just memories, okay? The senior year was just a crazy ride, dude. Like, I promise you, if you're going to Citrus, you're gonna spend every day in the college and career center. Like, let's just be honest. Like, everyone knows it. And like, I remember I wasn't as close to Miss King, but I was close to her. I did have like some sort of a bond with her. And I just remember like every day, like she would look at me and my girls and like, ladies, what are you guys doing? And we're like, nothing. And just sit in the back corner. And obviously like they know that sometimes you take advantage of it and sometimes you just go because you just want to be in there. Yeah, like I just remember being in there every day, and that was the best part of my day. Like just going to Miss King's, like hitting up my girls in the group chat, like, y'all going to Miss King's or Miss King. That was one of like my best, I want to say, memories throughout high school, because that was something that I got to experience. Like, you know, we would always talk about like, oh, like we're going to college, or I'm gonna bring lunch today, like let's bring lunch, and we would all like eat our fucking lunch. Oh no, Taco Tuesday, best food ever, literally, like literally. I just want to say that everything about my senior year was the best. Like, I had no miscalculations with anything. You know, my classes, I was struggling for stats, but you know, I got through it and I did it. I just want to emphasize that as much as I can. Have fun, try not to stress. Let me just say this, teachers, at least my teachers, they're understanding, you know, as long as you don't take advantage. Don't mess with teachers, because you have to be on good terms with your teacher for them to understand. Don't skip class, let them know you're skipping class. Don't do your work in class, on your phone in class, and expect them to be buddy-buddy with you, you know? Like, you have to have a good relationship. And I think that's why I got away, and that's how I got away with most things my senior year. Like, I was on good terms with all of my teachers, and that's just how it went. But, yeah, like, I just remember every day, like, there was this one class, I'm just gonna say, who cares? Mr. Casey, it was my AP Lit teacher. And, like, you know, like, don't get me wrong, like, he's super cool guy, super mellow, you know, he's a little bit on the weird side, but he was super cool. Every day, my girls and I would get there, and, like, we'd just be like, oh, like, this is the worst class of the day, and it was 5th grade, you know, so it's like, you just want to be over with it. We would just get there, and, like, before we would even walk in the door, like, we would look at each other and we'd be like, we going to Miss King's today? And we would just leave. It's like, oh, like, I just loved my senior year so much. Let's talk about Six Flags. Six Flags, girl, have fun. You know, if you don't like rides, who cares? Just go. Like, you'll have a fucking good time anyways. You'll probably fucking be forced to get on, but who cares? Me and my girl, so all of us had boyfriends at the time. Oh, even now. We're gonna go to Six Flags with boyfriends and stuff, and then grad night was gonna be just for us. We stuck to that and stuff, and it was so much fun. Like, all of our mans just being together, and like us just being with our mans, like, it was just super fun. Prom was fucking out of this world. Like, that night was just magical as hell. Like, I don't even know how else to explain it. Like, it was just so much freaking fun. I'll insert videos from my snap that night right here.
I go hard on Southside G. Hey, wait. I make sure that Northside E. Yeah. And still.
So now that you've seen the videos, you've seen how fun it was. One thing I do want to say is please, 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 please try your best to stay out of the office, because the office will try to get you in trouble for literally anything. And let me tell y'all, Miss Tina, try to stay away from her. Like, ugh, like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, she had her days. Like, she was nice, then she was mean. Like, girl, like, relax, have fun. But try to stay away from the office as much as you can. You know, try not to get in much trouble, and just do your best. Senior celebration was fucking fun. The jumpers and all that shit. Comedy. I'm just gonna be inserting videos all over. So, graduation week. I'm literally gonna start crying. My eyes are watering. I can't cry. 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 Okay, I'm back. Graduation week was honestly the best and worst week of my life. because I had come to a realization that I was no longer going to be a high schooler. And like, no matter how much you say in school, like, I just want to graduate already, you're gonna miss it. Like, bad. Like, I miss high school so much, and I haven't even started college, you know? And it's just like, life hits you. Like, you have to start realizing shit. So I think it was senior checkout day, and one of my favorite teachers, Hatch, he puts on this like high school song, this friendship.
Your first time.
Lives. Oh shit, I was
We will still be friends forever.
That day was just so sad, like taking pictures with everyone and saying goodbyes, and like, you know, just like we were gonna see them again for graduation, but like it was, you know, it was our last time being on that campus as friends, you know, walking the hallways, just, oh bitch, let's ditch this class, or bitch, come with me over here, bitch, come in the bathroom, guess what? I think it was senior checkout, and then like, you know, it was just like really sad and stuff. And then I want to say that I forgot what day we checked out on. Did we check out Thursday or Friday? I don't know, but then the weekend happened, and then Monday, Memorial Day, is my birthday, and James and Andrea, two of my closest friends, and my boyfriend planned a trip for us to go to the aquarium, and it was just so much fun, you know. So I get home, and they leave, or whatever, Brian leaves, it's like 10 o'clock at night, not even, like 11 or 12, and I start thinking, like, fuck, we have practice for graduation tomorrow. I never thought the day was gonna come to where I say, oh, I graduate tomorrow. Like, it's just, like, out of 4 years that we've gone to school, and it's just like, dude, like, it's been 4 years. I shower up or whatever, and I get ready, and I wake up the next morning, and it's graduation practice. I remember 2 of my friends, I'm not gonna say names, shit, 'cause it's fucking retarded, but 2 of my friends were like in arguments, and like we almost lost a good friend that day, and like it was just so sad. Like, I remember crying to my sister that day and to Brian. When I got home, I was like, dude, like, this shit fucking sucks. Like, we're graduating and we're arguing and fighting on like our last days, you know. And it was just so sad because like we ended up being on bad terms, and like, you know, like it was just so sad. And like, whatever, graduation practice, dude, it's just nothing but laughs, and like there would be moments like where we would laugh, and then we would just look at each other like, bitch, like, we're graduating. It's just such a beautiful moment. Yeah, it was just such a beautiful moment. And if I had the chance to relive it every day, I would take advantage of it. I don't care. It was just so amazing. Just, oh my god, am I gonna cry? It was just so amazing just being able to look to your side and see a big group of your family there, you know? Especially for me, because I was never the perfect daughter. I was never the perfect student. I was never the perfect friend. But just being able to look over your shoulder and see your family there just proud of you, staring at you, cheering for you, is the best feeling ever. My senior year just went really well. Like, I am super glad that it went the way it did, because along the way I lost friends and I made friends. But yeah, and then comes graduation day. Super sad, you know, we're all right there at the bleachers or whatever, like getting ready, and it's just so sad. Like, dude, we're about to graduate. I remember walking to the field, and like I'm just shaking, like I'm literally walking, and I'm like my feet, you know, and I just felt everything so like. I remember walking in, I didn't know one of my cousins were gonna go. I knew the people who were going. And as I'm walking onto the field, I hear Natalie! And I turn around, I'm like, who's calling me? Like, what? And I keep walking. And I hear like, Nati! And I'm like, and I turn, and it's my cousins. And like, it was just so like overwhelmed. Seeing your family there for you that you didn't even know were gonna go. Like, what? So then I'm walking, and I finally spot my parents and my family. And I'm like, hi, like, ah. It's just so cool, you know. And I got to sit, the most thing that made me the happiest is that I got to sit with the girl who had been riding with me since the very beginning. This girl, like, has been through everything with me, like, literally breakups, family issues, you know, self issues, like just all types of things. And I think that's what made graduation even more special, was because I was graduating with the girl who was my best friend since 8th grade, you know. We never really had that title, but I considered her either my best friend or my sister. She was there for everything. My family to this day loves her like family. She's like my sister. And like just like looking at, I remember like we just kept looking at each other like, bitch, like we're graduating like right now. Like every like 10 minutes, like bitch, like we're graduating. But yeah, like it's just graduation and senior year in general is just such a beautiful experience. And I hope that all the girls that are gonna be seniors now, like the people that I know, like, you know, Kat and all them, I hope that you guys have the most amazing senior year ever. And I hope that you guys live it up to the fullest, to the absolute fullest. Because, like I said, it's just a beautiful feeling, you know? Alright guys, I am done with my makeup. I did something very simple today. Now I'm gonna straighten this mess. Bitch, if you remember this song, you're a real one. I remember I used to watch this music video and then like look at the girls and pretend I was them. Fuck, this is such a throwback. It makes me so sad. Okay, so I am done with today's chit chat. Get ready with me. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful to those who you know, needed the tips. Just know that you guys will start applying to FAFSA within like a month or two, so just be ready for all that. And if you guys have any questions on anything about my senior year, just please feel free to DM me, to ask me, you know, just do all that stuff. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and until next time, my loves,